For about a week, the most talked about model on OpenRouter did not have a name attached to it. It was free, it was fast, and nobody would say which lab had built it. This week, Zhipu put its name on it, and the weights went up under an open license. Start with how it arrived. The model showed up under the codename Ox Alpha, with no lab attached to it. OpenRouter hosted it for free and declined to say who had made it, which is what drew the attention. People spent the week benchmarking something whose provenance they could not check. Then Zhipu claimed it and published the weights as GLM-5.3-Flash. Anonymity meant the early reactions were about the outputs rather than about the brand behind them. Shipping anonymously and letting people judge the model before the logo is a confident way to launch. Consider the size of the thing. The checkpoint carries 320 billion parameters in total. Just a fraction of them wake up for any given token, around 18 billion. Zhipu says that configuration still beats the previous generation across its own evaluations. It is also the first model in the series to handle images and video natively rather than through a bolt-on. That combination is what lets a very large model be priced like a small one. Sparse activation is how a model this large ends up costing roughly what a small one does. Now to why it is cheap. Zhipu describes a hybrid design that mixes sparse attention with linear attention. The stated purpose is to cut what it costs to serve a very long context. There's also a scaling trick they call manifold constrained hyperconnections. The card frames the whole release as a redesign around capability and efficiency together. When a lab redesigns around serving cost rather than leaderboard position, it is planning to run the thing at volume. There is a figure worth reading twice. Reporting puts the input window at 1 million tokens of text, images, and video. Replies are capped a long way below that, at 131,000 tokens. Worth noting that the card's own evaluation section works to a much smaller maximum than the headline figure. That gap between headline and method is the sort of thing worth checking yourself. Take every figure here as the lab's own account of itself, because that is exactly what it is. The weights are open under an MIT license, which is about as permissive as it gets. Most of the model stays asleep, which is what keeps the price down. It reads images and video natively, not through something bolted on afterwards. Wait for somebody outside the lab to check the numbers, and we will see you in the next one.